They're in a YouTube land. So this is an unplanned live, and I did my little collective live earlier, and I was just feeling like this isn't enough. Like like I'm not done. And I sometimes do pre-recorded and I sometimes do live. I kind of go back and forth, but I'm jumping on here right now because I'm just sensing some energy around you, Scorpio crew. And before I pull the tarot, I'm wanting to do some channeling. And what I was channeling for you guys was the energy of obsession, the energy of this love that is bordering on obsession, that is just taking over your mind, and maybe it's lingering, maybe it's not going away. So, the thing about love is that in the beginning, love, care, whatever we think about what love is, in the beginning, it is overwhelming. We get this flood of emotions when we're attracted to someone, when we're pulled to their energy. We get this flood of emotions, chemicals, dopamine. There's a whole bunch of chemicals that are released, endorphins, oxytocin, right? And so it's normal a little bit in the beginning. But Scorpio, you guys are a water sign. And as a water sign, you naturally are more inclined to be intuitive, to pick up on psychic energy. Intuition and psychic energy is the same thing. It's coming from your brain. Now, what does that have to do with your reading today? I am just picking up on this love game, love feeling that, like I said, is bordering on obsession. And if you know anything about the Scorpio crew, you'll know that Scorpios can sometimes be a little bit obsessive, be a little bit intense, very sensual, okay? And the thing is that people don't know that they're putting this energy out there when they do this. So, for example, let's just say you're in a scenario where you can't stop thinking about someone and you ruminate about them nonstop. Now, like I said, some of this is super normal. However, what you could be feeling and experiencing because you're a water sign, especially if you have Scorpio rising, is somebody else's energy transferring on to you. Okay? Meaning the way that you're feeling is what they're really feeling, is what they're really wanting. So, and this happens all the time because what is a spell? What is that anyways? All it is thoughts. All it is intentions. So if somebody meets you and they're obsessed with you, they're gonna think about you non-stop. And now let's just say you're at this point, that person is at this point, okay, whatever, roles can be reversed, where maybe they don't even have that interest anymore, okay? And this is why it's important to know the difference between dopamine, oxytocin, really caring about someone, and obsession. Because if somebody falls into this energy of the obsession part now, they could completely lose interest in this person. But now the other person is totally obsessed. So this is what I'm picking up on for you. We're going to pull some tarot now. I hope that made sense, you guys. And this could be happening for you guys. Oh, thank you. Now this could be happening for you guys if, and I say that all the time because the energy transference is real and you never really know, okay, what somebody's feeling, what they're thinking, what their intentions are. But when you first meet someone, if you are doing a love spell, not even knowing that you're doing a love spell, just thinking obsessively about that person can make someone obsessed with you. Okay, so, and now, like I said before, it can go either way. You could be the one doing this without knowing it. They could be the one doing it to you. And that's why it feels really strong. It feels really intense. And it's because you can't stop that rumination. That's why it is so, so important to control your mind and to control your thoughts. And if you feel like you're getting into that energy of where I can't stop thinking about that person, do a meditation. Pull back your energy, because what you're doing is you're actually kind of making them obsessed with you. Okay, right? So be careful what you wish for. Get to know someone first before all that dopamine comes in. All right, so the energy who's surrounding Scorpio, let's pull this energy in. Exactly. Yes, twisted, sevenfold, 100%. Well, the thing is, if you understood what I was saying, is that sometimes people cast spells without knowing they're doing it. Spells are just words. And putting a bunch of energy, where attention goes, energy flows. And that's why it's important to know, am I obsessed with this person, or do I just love them? Are they obsessed with me? Do they love me? Okay, and I think that spells get like misunderstood all the time. All right, so somebody here is sending a lot of energy towards someone else, not realizing it. And there's another person becoming obsessed because somebody wants them. That is a type of spell, believe it or not. Your thoughts become your words, become your actions. But I 100% agree, you should never do a love spell on one particular person. If you want love, you can do a different type of, I want to say, a chant or an affirmation. So back to the reading, because there is this energy around you, and I was picking up on it, like, oh my God, like this is like heavy, this is intense. Somebody is throwing energy towards the other person, not necessarily realizing it. 3 of Cups and the Page of Wands. Wow, okay. Now, the Page of Wands is a messenger, and the 3 of Cups can be a reunion type energy, but it's like rejoicing. So despite all that heavy energy, there is some lightness here. What is this person feeling? Ooh, there it is though. King of Swords. So I don't know where you guys are on the timeline, Scorpio. I don't know if you're talking to someone, if you're not talking to someone, okay? If you're feeling super drawn to someone and you don't know why. 3 of Cups, Page of Wands, King of Swords. And with the King of Swords in this deck is a little bit of a role reversal. What is this energy and intentions behind this person? Ooh, 10 of Swords. I don't like that. Okay. I'm going to pull a clarifier. Like I said before, this is the energy of, now what I was picking up on, and I don't mean to fearmonger, but I was picking up on maybe somebody who kind of falls too quickly for someone, and maybe just loses interest really quickly once they get that person's attention here. But I do not like this. We have the King of Swords to the 10 of Swords. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Floor card. We have, wow. This is interesting. We have the 3. 333 could be your number here. We have the 3 of Cups, and then we have the number 3, which is the Empress card. Somebody here, 10 of Swords. Somebody here, there's a feminine energy. What is that? And then we have the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so somebody here was looking to be nurtured. Somebody here was looking for affection. Somebody here, now if this is a masculine energy, this is going to be the type of person who was coddled by their parents. Somebody who was looking to you to get some kind of nurturing love or something like that. And I think this person did a switch up. I'm picking up on somebody here. Now remember, it's a general reading, roles can be reversed. Somebody here is like lured you in and switched up on who they were. All right. And I think what was happening here is like they wanted to be nurtured, they wanted to be held. But now we have the Ten of Swords, and that's just ruin. Okay, let's see if there's any actions. So yeah, if you're feeling like there's just this love that you have for one particular person and it's not going away, it almost feels like a spell. Now, it could be one of two things. Like I said, you could have an attachment, there could be an attachment issue, or it could be that this person is thinking about you nonstop, and or that they kind of manipulated you or brainwashed you into giving them what they wanted, because they were like, there is an emptiness inside, and it's kind of like I'm getting you hooked so that I can get what I want, and then I retreat. So I really don't like that. I wish I had some sage here. Let's see if this person's going to take any actions. We have the Queen of Swords. That's just like I said. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. It's a standoff here. And we have the Tower, which is your energy here, the Tower. This is divine intervention. And I feel like what's happening here is a lesson for you guys to get control of your mind and get control of your faculties here. We have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Now, they are divine counterparts because they're both the swords, but the King and the Queen of Swords aren't the type to be lovey-dovey. They aren't warm and fuzzy, okay? They're kind of mean, actually. So I don't know who's who here, but this person is going to show you another side to themselves. They're going to show you a completely different side to themselves. Or now remember, tarot is timeless. This could have happened already, right? Or this is lingering in your energy because it's timeless. Let's get some advice. But yeah, I don't like that. I feel like somebody here kind of got you hooked on them, and they did the bait and switch. And with the Tower, this is your energy. This is Scorpio energy, the Tower. Divine intervention is coming in to clear the way, to clear this kind of off your path here, because it wasn't genuine, because it wasn't built to last. It wasn't built on a solid foundation. It was built on loneliness. It was built on emptiness. It was built on trying to control. It's not good. Now, I'm not saying that that's how you are. The energy for which this situation was created came from the wrong place, but it's teaching you something. It's always teaching you something here with the Tower, okay? That divine intervention is coming in, and it's kind of taking out what isn't supposed to be there in the first place. It could even challenge your belief systems, like, oh, I thought this person was my divine true one. I can't get over them, right? And then reality sets in, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is to preserve your energy. Now, we clear our energy fields. You have to clear your energy field if you're stuck in limbo with someone, whether you're related to this reading or not. If you feel like you can't get someone out of your energy, if you feel like you're continually ruminating about someone, you don't understand why you can't get this person out of your system, you want to move on from them, you have to clear your energy field. And there's several ways that you can do that, but you have to get control of your mind, and you have to protect your energy. And you can do this with visualization. You can do it with sage. You can do it with the salt bath. And also, obviously, deep detox from the person, okay? So protect your energy field. Get some oracle cards here. From the Innovators, the Hermit card, just as I was saying before, this is actually God in the tarot. And I feel like a lot of you guys, if you're really wanting to get over someone, if it's just feeling like this is this haziness that's not ever going to end. And even if you like this person and you want to be with this person, it's still important to get your faculties together if you want it to last. You have to be able to think clearly and get into a stable mindset, okay? So with the Hermit, this is God's energy, divine intervention, and God is like kind of calling for you to pull back and get some wisdom, get some enlightenment, get a different perspective on the situation here, okay? Do a little bit of a detox, get your mind back, even if you say, but I want this person, and I think it could be good. 100%. Okay, so let's get some oracle cards here. Faith, have faith, have faith. Every event we experience and every person we meet has been put in our path for a reason, 100%. So this is true with anything. And it's just a matter of time before you realize why you met this individual. And it's just a matter of time before your higher power shows you what you're meant to glean from this situation. Lovers are teachers. They are lessons wrapped in this package. And if you have faith, you will eventually see what it is that that person was here for, why they were put on your path, why can you not stop thinking about them. Your higher power will show you whatever you believe in, whether that's God, whether that's Buddha, whatever you believe in. Perception, I love this one. See the past through the lens of grace. All that occurs is designed to support our spiritual evolution. Both of these cards are kind of saying the same thing. They're saying kind of the same thing in a different way. If this is something that happened in the past and maybe it's over and you can't stop thinking about them, or you're hung up and maybe they hurt you, get a different perspective on it. Try and go upside down like the Hanged Man. Get enlightened on what actually transpired. Quiet. Turn off the noise. Silence nourishes the body, mind, and spirit. So if you are a spiritual person, whatever you believe in, you're never really alone. So when you're in your room or you're in your personal space and you're sitting down, sitting still, and you get downloads, thoughts, that is going to be your ancestors, your guides, or spirit talking to you. And it's important to be able to discern between your thoughts, your anxiety, and spirit messages, because that can really guide you in the right direction. And it's going to tell you things that you may or may not be ready to hear. So sit still, sit in the silence, have faith, get a different perspective so that you can see the forest for the trees. Okay. Ooh. And if somebody truly did cast a spell on you, spells are just thoughts, spells are just wishes, you will be able to work through that by having faith, by doing all these things I just mentioned right here, clearing your energy field, getting still, getting clear in your mind space, and getting a different perspective on what is actually happening. Mirror. Learn to see God's presence in everyone you meet. Now, God is a very general term. It's a general word. The Buddha said, I can't tell you to believe in gods and goddesses. You have to find out on your own. But through divination work, we use water and we use mirror as a conductor. So let every situation be a guide and be a mirror towards your inner self, towards God, towards enlightenment. And I love that. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to get on out of here. Oh, we have one more card here. We have partnership. God speaks to us through people. We are ambassador of grace for one another. I literally just said that. I just said if there is a God and it wants to teach us a lesson, it's going to do it through a lover, through a romantic relationship, through partnership. That's why it's important to see every relationship as a learning experience, as an opportunity to grow and to better ourselves. Whether or not we stay with that person, there's something that we can glean from that information. Partnership. This is also confirmation for you guys out there. Now, I know some of you guys have a relationship and are in a relationship, and maybe it's really, really good. And maybe it's so good it just feels unreal. So get a different perspective. Sit quietly. Reflect on it. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I hope this reading elevated your consciousness in some type of way, shape, or form. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.